Okay, good morning. It's 4:37 in the morning. 64.8 degrees on day 147. It's August 28th, and I'm gonna wake up. Okay, good morning. It is 64.8 degrees at 5:48 in the morning. Just breaking out of camp. Slept pretty great last night. That couple of women I mentioned last night wound up being a larger group than all that. Indeed, it was 2 women, a father, a dog, 2 dogs, and like a teenage daughter or something. They weren't the quietest ever, but they also weren't the loudest ever, and with my earplugs I had no trouble falling asleep, so that's just fine. Yeah, I know I'm still have my headlamp on, and still using a flashlight so you can see me right now, my phone light, but I don't know if this is the right way. Let me double check. I'm gonna have to use my phone. I'll come right back. Indeed, this is the right way. So, yeah. Fell asleep, slept good last night. Luckily those dogs didn't bark too much at all, and all was well. Woke up 4:30, had my breakfast, all that, and now breaking out of camp. So I'm about a little under 2.5 miles from Cispus Pass, Cispus. I guess that's how you say that. I'm not really sure. Cispus Pass. It's supposed to be really pretty. That's the one I mentioned yesterday. And then a little while after that, we also have Old Snowy Mountain. Old Snowy Mountain. So that's a little bit of a spur, a little bit of a side trail. But I think I'm going to take it because reports are it's pretty cool. And it's not, I mean, it'll add a little bit of elevation and add a touch of distance, but nothing too drastic. So we'll definitely get up there and see that too. And then ramble our way down to Cracker Barrel down at White Pass. So I was reading some of the comments on that. Looks like they have 2 laundry machines, 2 dryers. It's like $10 to do laundry, $10 to take a shower. So that's a little bit expensive, $10 to pick up the package that's there. So right out the door I got $30 going to Cracker Barrel. And I expect a little bit more because they also sell beverages, and I don't think they sell hot food, but I'm kind of curious to see how that works. Yeah, that's just about all I got. I'll say, I didn't mention this a couple days ago. So when I was down at Trout Lake, kind of bemoaning my lack of trekking pole tips, another hiker overheard that and gave me his the little like rubber cap that you can see on the end there. So that's what the trekking pole tip normally looks like. And that's a little rubber cap that'll go on top of the one that's missing the tip. Those are really made for like walking on pavement or whatever, but thinking it'll kind of protect the rubber tip, the rubber plastic part. So hopefully give me some more life on that trekking pole. So that was really nice. Another thing I didn't mention is that I think it was either yesterday or the day before, I finished the Appalachian Trail again. I know a while ago I mentioned that I had hit the anniversary of finishing the Appalachian Trail. Well, just either yesterday or the day before, I can't recall which, I crossed 2,193.1 miles, which was the length of the Appalachian Trail when I hiked it. So, finished the Appalachian Trail. Still a few hundred miles yet on this trail, so I'm gonna get after it, and hopefully we should have some pretty cool shots for you today. Also got a health update coming your way, so I'll talk to you later. right, good morning again, guys. It is 63.2 degrees at 6:45, and I just had a quick view dedication I wanted to get out to a few of you. This is going to be the view from Sispus Pass of Goat Rocks. So this is going to go out to, it's going to be windy as soon as I get around the corner here, so let me get these names out first. We're going to someone who donated under the name Someone. We got Elizabeth, Joanne, Petithori, Jeffrey Rule, Lyle Cross, and Anita Backrow. All you guys were kind enough to donate to the hike. Really appreciate it. This view is for you. Check this out. This is the way I'm coming from. Oh my goodness, you can see the trail winding all the way down here. Check that out. Huge, beautiful valley. Up to our left here, this is the actual ridge of Goat Rocks here, after which the wilderness area, from which the wilderness area derives its name. Goat Rocks, of course, is going to continue around this side of the pass, ramble off that way. And this high peak here, this is Ives Peak. Behind that, and therefore obscured from view, it's going to be Old Snowy Mountain, which we'll be summiting here in a little bit. But yeah, man, then the valley just continues. Yep, you can see a little bit of maybe wildfire smoke way out there, which is a bit of a bummer. But yeah, man, really appreciate all you guys who've been donating to the hike. It's been amazing. So much support on this one. Really appreciate it. If you're interested and able to donate to the hike, of course, all those links are going to be in the description down below. Throughout the course of the PCT, all these videos are coming to you commercial free. Did that just so that you can kind of enjoy these a little bit more. But of course, if you're able, I appreciate it. I certainly don't expect anything from anyone, but I really appreciate all the support. So to you lot who donated, thank you so much. If you can't donate, at least hit subscribe, man. You got to hit subscribe at least. That's like the free and easy thing to do that helps me so much with this channel. So really appreciate it. To you lot, man, look at that. You can see the trail just wrapping down there. Man, oh man, what a spectacular view. I really hope it came out for you. Thanks so much, guys. That's Mount Adams, where I camped the night before last. We swing up through these shrubs and look at what we have here, Mount Rainier. I love when the trail does that, man. I love it. Pretty cool. just made it to the top of Old Snowy Mountain. Man, check out this amazing view. If you look really closely along this ridge, you might be able to make out the PCT where it winds along and then drops down. You might even be able to see it way off on this far off ridge. I'm not sure if that's going to come out for you. Panning around down this way, just to the left of that snowy chute, that's where my pack is. Just up above in the distance, that's Mount Rainier. We'll pan around. Man, check out this view. Not bad. You can see some wildfire smoke going behind this brown ridge. Coming around, we got Mount Adams, so that's where I woke up yesterday morning, is on the back side of that mountain. And around this way is the ridge known as Goat Rocks. So that's the Goat Rocks mountain ridge there. All these sort of jaggedy ones. Man, oh man. Totally worth the detour. I don't even care what time I get to Cracker Barrel today, man. This is a really, really great spot. Check that out. Well, I'm gonna sit down and eat a quick snack and then keep moving. It is 65.2 degrees at 9:53. Just made it down off of that old snowy mountain. Trying to link back up with the PCT. I hope you'll excuse the wind noise. There's just going to be wind noise. That's just all there is to it. I was back and forth about whether I wanted to do my health update right now or later, but this is just way too pretty, so it's going to have wind noise. If you don't like wind noise, just skip ahead. I'm sorry, this is way too pretty and I wanted to share it. So yeah, as I said, 147, multiple of 7. Time for a health update. We'll start down at the bottom per usual. Feet going okay. I'll say must have been on day 141 last week, like the day after my last health update. I did lose that toenail, which I knew I was going to lose. So I have lost a total of 2 toenails. The other ones are kind of hanging on. I think at this point I'll probably carry the other 8 all the way through to the end, but we'll see. So lost 1 toenail. That's never painful. Frankly, it's just a big relief. Now when I put on my socks, nothing really gross happens. All that. Anyway, so fine to have lost that toenail. That's great. My right ankle is the other sort of perennial issue at this point. It is still an issue, but it is still responding extremely well to ibuprofen. So the ibuprofen's definitely making it less painful and more just kind of stiff, and that's fine. I'll take that. So right now I'm just taking 2 200 milligram ibuprofens along with my glucosamine in one a day every morning, and that's the end of it right now. I hedge right now because there may come a time when I wind up taking a third 200 milligram ibuprofen plunge, but we'll kind of see. Again, my MO is less is more when it comes to that sort of thing. So yeah, moving on from the feet, feet and ankles, all that, doing whatever they're doing. Knees, hips, all that, doing great. Still have sort of that pack rash situation happening, although, being honest, it seems to have like calmed down the past little bit, which is nice. So I don't know why, but it's just kind of calms down. Maybe that skin is just getting tougher or something, you know? Like, I wouldn't go so far as to say calloused, but something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Can't explain it. Let's see, my fingernail gel, that's still going great, holding on, doing good. Everything else, I mean, doing pretty good, I'd say. God, check out this like really loose stone, like flagstone. Yeah, so that's probably about it for body, because generally I think I'm doing all right. And as far as gear, I'll mention, last week I mentioned zippers which I had replaced on my tent. I do think the new zippers have made a pretty significant difference the more experience I've had with them. It seems like the zippers are operating much better than they had been. I still think I'm probably going to send away that tent and see if Z-Packs can just replace the track after this hike. But the zipper poles, just having replaced the poles, I think that's made a huge difference. So that's pretty good. Let's see, I think that's probably about it for gear too. I mean, I don't have too terribly much else to report in the gear department. Again, I mentioned this morning about the rubber trekking pole tip. So I think I asked Black Diamond to send the new tips to like Snoqualmie or something. It might have even been Stevens Pass, but I think it was Snoqualmie. So that is the stop after White Pass, I think. But I don't really remember. I asked him to send it somewhere smart. I don't remember where. Yeah, mental health, doing pretty good. I was definitely pretty frustrated, as you can probably tell, the other day with that impromptu zero. But I'm feeling pretty good about it, because I'm definitely planning to make it to White Pass today. And that will kind of not quite put me back on track, but at least have me feel like I'm making progress. Making progress is always a good feeling for me. So looks like my next jump out of White Pass is going to be just about the same as this last one wound up being. Again, usually from Trout Lake to White Pass would be about 66 miles, and then from White Pass to whatever's next is like 98 or 99 miles or something. But I went to Trout Lake a day early, so this jump wound up being like 96 miles, which is again pretty much the same as 98 or 99 or whatever. So I'm thinking maybe I'll try and do the next one in 3 days too, but I haven't really decided. I don't really care right now. Just in service of keeping myself feeling like I'm making good progress. To that point, my newfound obsession with making progress is predicated in no small part on the fact that my beautiful and amazing wife, Mrs. Travelin' Beat, has booked her plane tickets to come visit me. So, you know, usually I don't feel any sort of pressure or deadlines or anything like that. And she booked, you know, we coordinated a time and a day that would make sense. That seems to make sense according to my projected mileage and stuff like that. But if normally I don't feel any pressure whatsoever to hit deadlines or dates or locations, now I do. So that's, I mean, it's certainly not a suffocating stress or anything like that. But in as far as mental health, maybe that's overstating it to put it in the mental health category, but it is something that's on my mind at this point. Just check it out here. But really, I mean, goodness gracious, when you're talking about mental health, what in the world could be wrong when this is something you're seeing before 10 o'clock in the morning? Just spectacular. All right, well, that's all I got for my weekly health update. I'm gonna see if I can't turn on some makeup speed eventually. Oh my gosh. Way up there is where we just were, up at Old Snowy. But yeah, man, what a spectacular area. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
What's up,
438, 82.8 degrees, just made it to Cracker Barrel. I'm gonna see what the situation is, get some food. Alright, so I'm over at White Pass, just popped inside to see what the situation is. They do have okay Wi-Fi. It's all the comments were talking about how great the Wi-Fi is. I wouldn't say it's great. It's like 5 megabytes per second upload, but whatever, enough of the nerdy talk. They do have pizzas and stuff, although I read one comment, thank goodness I read this because I've been running for the past like 10 miles, that they stopped serving food at 5 o'clock. So they close at 6, but they stopped serving food at 5. So I was basically running to get down here, which is why that previous check-in was so brief. But yeah, so I was able to get my pizza order in, bought one sort of tall boy beer, and they do have, as I mentioned, I think laundry and showers as well. Those are $10 each. Sounds like I'm going to be able to get a shower in, but won't be able to get any laundry in until tomorrow, because, you know, obviously wash and dry is going to take until past 6 o'clock or whatever, which is when they're going to want to go home. So I got my pizza working. I'm going to try and get some videos uploaded. Obviously, you know, kind of like a gas station up front. There's lodging up on the hill up there, but I hear that that's like 180 bucks a night, and I really don't care enough for 180 bucks a night. But I'll kind of bring you back around the corner and show you what's going on there, because it's pretty crazy. There's like 1,000 hikers, and I don't know none of them, so I don't know what's going on out there. But look at this. And then I think there's like space for tents and stuff. Let me give it a look. I don't know. Oh, that's where everyone's camped up. Yeah, there's a tent spot back here. Not super elegant, but it looks like it ought to work. So anyways, I'm gonna crack into chores. I did have my resupply box, so I was able to pick that up, so now I gotta sort through all that stuff and get that all squared away. Also bought a new fuel canister, a heavy fat fuel canister. So that's all I got. I'm gonna talk to you guys tomorrow, I think, because too much to do, you know.